Hey fellow photographer, how's it going? I'm Michael Selbel. If there is one rule that makes a woman looking good on a photo in pretty much any pose, then it is face to the light, body away from the light. In recent videos, I've already started to show you how I usually turn my models into the light, but to really understand what it does to your model, I would like to show you positive and negative examples so that you really get a feeling for it. When we turn her face into the light, what we are after is an evenly lit complexion in her face. It should be bathed in light. This is washing away things like eye bags, things like wrinkles, things like the labial folds. It's all turned down, all the stuff that we don't want to have in the face. At the same time, when we turn her body away from the light, what we are after is three-dimensionality. We want her boobs to stand out and her bones and her arms and so on. And for that we need shadows and highlights. Yeah, we see the boobs when on the one side they have highlights and on the other side they have shadows. So that is what happens when we turn her body away. It's getting three-dimensional. Let's try out what happens when we do it the other way around. When we turn her face away from the light and her body into the light, well, then her face is getting a whole lot of shadows. Yeah, one side is pretty dark and that makes her nose looking deformed and it brings out all folds and wrinkles. It's looking much older than in reality actually. At the same time, when her body is in the light, then there's no shape in the body. It's looking kind of like a sausage. It's looking all of a sudden chubby, even though in reality it doesn't look chubby at all. So that is really not charming. That is really making somebody ugly. We don't want to do that. And what I see photographers doing then a lot is when they have such a lighting situation, then they start filling in the shadows with fill light. And yeah, of course, filling in shadows up to a certain degree, it helps because then the shadows are not so strong anymore, but it's still a photo with a fundamentally bad lighting pattern, so it will never be really good. What you want to do if you have the light on the right side of your camera, then you want her face to look somehow to the right side of your camera and you want her body to look somehow or is turned somehow towards the left side of your camera. That would be the correct lighting pattern, and from there on you can start with fill light and all that stuff. But what if the light is on the other side? Let's say your light is camera left. Well, then just let her look camera left into the light again and let her turn her body towards camera right. And you don't need to do that really extreme. You don't need to overdo it. There's nothing wrong with a bit of shadow around her nose and with a bit of shadow at the side of her face, which can even make her face looking slimmer. It's just basically light should fall into her face to wash away eye bags and folds and stuff like that. If you have your light camera left and if you do it wrong, then again the same things happen. If the body is turned towards the left, then there's no shape in the body anymore. It's looking like a sausage. And when the face is then turned towards right, then half of the face is in shadow and it's looking kind of knitted, kind of old. You don't want that. In such a situation, if you just turn back her body, but not her face, then well, you rescued the body, it now got shadows and highlights, but since the face is still in a split light, the whole scene is looking kind of evil, kind of bad. You don't want that. If you've got the light on that side, on the left side, but you see you want to photograph her looking to the right because in this pose right now she got the hair really nice, let's say, and you don't want to change that, you want to photograph her like that, then well, just move your light stand. Yeah, let the model stand and pose like she just is. Grab your light stand, move it from the left side to the right side so that then the light shines into her face, along her body, and then everything is beautiful again and you got your beautiful hair. Yeah, just do that. And for that, like always, I wish you good light.